what your husband wished you knew about him. This topic is important because there are so many things that wives don't know about men. And because of that, it brings about a lot of confusion in marriages. And these are the very things that husbands don't know how to tell their wives. Husbands wish their wives knew, and yet they don't know how to actually tell them about it. So today, that is what we are looking at. In the previous discussion, we actually looked at the fact that men don't want to be ordered around. We also said that men want to be treated as kings. And we also said that men learn from their fathers, so get to know how your man behaves. Today, we are continuing with the discussion. Yes. Now, one thing your husband wants you to note is that when men are conversing, they go straight to the point. They are straightforward in conversation. They don't try to visit a lot of details. Okay? So you as a wife too should learn how to communicate. For example, your man brings a new car into the house, calls you to come and check it out. Say, wow, beautiful. You know, cute. Man wants it that way. That is how men actually talk. They use few words. In one of our discussions, we actually discussed that women would want to use 20,000 words in a day, but a man will use only 7,000. Yes, so get to know that men are straightforward in conversation. Yeah, they try to visit less details. So when that happens, please, don't take it that he wants to hide things from you. And you too, when you are communicating with him or conversing with him, try and use few words, and then he will like it. Men go straight to the point. I think I've made that point. So, one thing that men also do is that they discuss male-related topics. So if you are with your man and you really want to talk with him or to engage him in conversation, don't bring up female-related topics like type of hairstyles, type of dressing, how somebody looked like when he came for church service and all that. Or try to discuss babies and children's marriages. Yeah, this one is in your world, okay? Your children, marriages, and all those things. No, these are female-related topics. Men discuss male-related topics. Security, politics, current affairs, sports, you see, projects, machines. Try and go that way, and you'll be surprised how your man actually talks. You may think that your man doesn't want to talk to you. It's because the topics you bring up is not of his interest. For example, you can say something like, oh, I've heard of a guy who has been biting people in football. Yes, there's a guy who has been biting people during football matches, and see how your husband will respond to that. The next one is that men prefer to listen silently. Your husband prefers to listen silently. Unlike women who listen with responses like, yes, I see, okay, every now and then to assure you that they are listening, men don't do that. Men would want to actually listen silently. So when you are talking and he doesn't say, oh, I see, oh, okay, continue, and all those things, please, that is the style of women. Men don't do that. Yes, so when you are talking to him and he's quiet, he's listening. He prefers to listen. Just because he is not saying anything doesn't mean he's not listening. He may prefer to listen quietly and think about what you are saying. And if there is a need for him to ask you questions, he will do so. So note this, it is important. Again, if you really want to have the full attention of your man, try to use the word best for him. For example, you are the best employee. You are the best manager I have ever seen. You are the best husband. Oh, my children have been talking about you. You are the best dad for the whole world. As a way of appreciating him. And you'll be surprised how he will respond. You see, that is how you get his attention as a man. If you do this, you would satisfy his male ego. Yes, you are the strongest man I have ever seen. You are the most handsome man I have ever set eyes on. Okay? Try and use some of these words, and you get his full attention. It is important for you to do that. Yes. Another thing that your man wants you to know is that he laughs it when you laugh at his jokes. Nothing sounds so beautiful and so appealing to a man that he finds his wife laughing at his jokes. Yes. So when he shares jokes with you, even if it is not amusing, try and give him a laugh. Laugh out your heart, and he will like it. So basically, that is it. Now, the next thing that your husband wants you to know is that men don't dwell on negative experiences like women do. For example, you may have had some disagreements overnight or before dawn. While you still want to talk about last night's arguments, he has already forgotten about them. So please, as a wife, don't dwell on negative experiences. If you look at the picture here, you see that the woman is counting his hands. Yesterday you did this, last 2 days you did that, last week you did that. If you do that, the man takes it that you are nagging. You are nagging. You are just trying to, disturb him. So please, learn not to dwell on past negative experiences, okay? Yes. When something happens, your husband forgets it. That is it. We are looking at some important things that you as a wife need to note about your husband. The next point that you need to know is that men love women who treat them like kings. This is very, very important. How do you serve your husband? What is the nature of the bowl that you put your husband's food inside? Do you have a special seat for him on the dining table? How do you serve him? Or do you actually reserve the nice bowls for visitors and then anything goes? Is that what you do? Your husband is your hero. He is your king. And you need to serve him well, okay? Don't treat him as one of your brothers or one of your sons. It is wrong. Give more of you and be creative in it. Try and make him the center stage of your life, and you yourself, you like it, okay? So husbands love women who would want to treat them as kings. And basically, that is what some other women do to take away your husbands from you. You will serve him and treat him well, like a king, but you may not do that. So get to learn this. Now, your husband tells me that I should tell you that he hates it when you command him like you do to your children or house helps. Men don't want to be commanded or ordered around. So if you have your husband, try to respect this. No matter what the situation is, don't give him direct orders or direct commands. You know, your husband will do anything to make you happy if you know how to say it. For instance, if you want him to help you with something, don't just go straight away by saying, hey, I want you to do this for me, or do this for me. No. But you can say a form of suggestion. Oh, please, I was doing this and I couldn't do it. And you are strong. You are my strong man. So can you please come and help me? The husband would want to come and lend his helping hands for you. It is important. So we have said that don't instruct your husband the way you do to your children. No, don't do that. If you do that, it won't help your marriage. Again, men cherish women who appreciate their efforts. How do you appreciate your man? How do you appreciate him for his efforts? For example, what you call housekeeping money. We know that in some cultures, it is the duty of the man to do that. But do you actually appreciate that? Do you thank him for doing what is needful? Do you encourage him to do it? Or you think that, oh, it's his duty and he has done it, and therefore, there's no need for me to appreciate that. No, do it. It will help you. Home support. Your husband would want to support you probably in the kitchen or in some other thing in the house. Maybe trying to clean the babies or dress them and all those things. Please try and appreciate some of these things. It will help you. In any other effort that your husband does, please try and appreciate him. It will help there. Now, he may want to initiate something small in the house, like clean the compound, trying to make sure there are no cobwebs. Please praise him for the efforts. Don't criticize him directly for his initiatives. He may do something He may go wrong, but don't criticize him for that initiative. Instead, you may suggest the right procedures for him to follow later on. Okay? Yeah, he might be doing something, he may be doing it the wrong way. Don't criticize him. Don't laugh at him or tease him with it. Later on, you can show him the way you want it done. We are looking at some important things that you as a wife need to note about your husband. Men learn from their fathers. Okay? Men learn from their fathers. In other words, men learn how to be men from how their fathers behave. Yes. Basically, sons would want to follow the footsteps of their fathers. So, if the father had some, untoward behavior or attitude or character, the child would unconsciously want to pick some of them for life. So, you as a wife would have to investigate and get to know the attitude of the man's father, how their father figure is like. Is he the bossy type, or is he the cooperative type? How is he like his father? The relationship between him and the father, and then the father's relationship with all the people in the house. You need to know something about it, so that when your husband is doing certain things, you understand that, oh, okay, this is it. Men learn from the footsteps of their fathers. Men are like computers. If you really want to get their full attention, you need to turn them on. Okay? If you really want to have the full attention of your man, please turn him on. Now, the question is, how do you do that? How do you turn your man on? That is what I'm coming to show you. The first one is that your beauty, your style, your elegance, use it to turn him on. It is very, very important. Occasionally, try and flash him to turn him on, and you'll get his attention. When I'm talking of flashing, you as a woman should get to know what it means. Flashing. To flash a man simply means, you need to dress provocatively when you are with him. Okay? Some lingeries, some nice, beautiful gowns for the night. Okay? Yeah. Be the center stage of his attention. Yes. So we are saying that occasionally flashing. Be the center stage of his attraction. How do you do this? Let's look at how you can do some of these things. Which kinds of dressing does he like? Which kind of dressing turns him on? Okay? Yeah. Find out from him. You can use this one to get his attention. It is very, very important. How does he want you to appear? Okay? Discuss that with him. Or when you are working with him, he may unconsciously say that one to you. So get to know some of this. It is very, very important. The next one, which hairstyle appeals to him more? Yes. Find out. Is it braided hairstyles, permanent hairstyles, natural hair, wig, hair extensions, even the hair color? Which one appeals to him? Find out about jewelry, the rings, the chains, the banglets, and all those things. Try and find out the ones that appeal to him. And by this, you would get his attention. He wouldn't actually focus on anybody outside. Now, turn him on with the Delilah in you. I like what Neil Seneca said. He says that there is what? A little Delilah in every girl. In other words, every woman has a little Delilah. So the question is, where is your Delilah? And that is what we want to look at. Your Delilah might be in the way you actually position yourself when you are with him alone. This is important. This is important. Okay? So what is your Delilah? We are coming to show you more of the Delilah in you. Your Delilah might be the way you talk. So how do you talk? I want you to go back, reflect. What actually attracted him as far as you are concerned? Is it the way you talk? Did he mention it to you? Then try and talk like that, like in the olden days. Okay? Where is the music in your voice? Hello, darling, I miss you. I'm home. I want to see you. Hello. Try and bring out some voice modulations that actually catches him. Hello, my Kim. Hello, my sweetheart. How you doing? I miss you. When can I see you again? Some of these things. You are a woman, you know what I'm talking about. How do you also carry yourself? How do you walk? Do you glide or you run? Women have styles of walking. And in fact, you must get about 3 or 4 styles of walking. Your normal walking, the way you walk in public, and the way you walk when you are with him alone. Yes, that is the Delilah in you. So, try to have some swag. You are a woman and you know what I mean. Your dressing, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, it is very, very important that you do some of these things, okay? So, if you like the content of this channel, try and subscribe to this channel so that we can send you notifications on this and many more. Your man, you have to catch his attention. And how do you do that? How do you ensure that your husband doesn't go around, trying to look at other ladies and other ladies to have his attention? The only way to do this is that try and catch his attention. Try as much as possible to make sure that you are the Delilah of his life. How do you do that? The way you dress, the way you carry yourself, the way you talk. Okay? And if you do this, your man will be happy with you. Thank you very much. We want to meet you another time.